Got some beautiful red snapper there. Hello friends, Chris here, CaribbeanPod.com. Welcome to my kitchen. It's been a while. I was down, well, my family and I, we were down in the Caribbean doing the carnival thing in Trinidad and Tobago. We had a time. Tired. It's been a long flight back, a flight that took us 24 hours. Imagine that, 24 hours. A flight that usually takes about 5.5 hours. More on that on Facebook. Go Mako over there, you're going to see what's going on. Today we're doing these red snapper here. Boy oh boy, very quick, very simple. And I mean to say, it's going to be tasty. We're doing a jerk snapper, but in the oven. So forget the pimento wood and all that stuff like that. If you have that and you're doing this outdoors, go ahead. Much more flavor. But I mean to say, we're still doing it with a ton of flavor, a ton of goodness. So let's get cooking. I've got 3 red snapper here, fairly small, anywhere from a quarter of a pound to about half a pound. It's been scaled, it's been gutted, so it's nice and clean on the inside. I've cut on both sides, you'll notice 2 cuts down to the bone, just because we want that marinade to get in there. First thing we're going to do, we're going to go in with some salt. And I'm going to do it on both sides, as well as some fresh ground black pepper. And again, I'm going to do it on both sides. If you want, you can also open up the cavity and give him a little bit of salt in there as well. Both sides, and then we're going to get to rubbing him down now with that jerk marinade. And this is so simple. All I have here is my favorite store purchased jerk seasoning or marinade. And all I'm going to do is put it into a little bit of a bigger bowl. I'm going to go in with a little bit of vegetable oil and a little bit of orange juice. Now remember, you're using your favorite store purchased jerk marinade. I mean, we're trying to make this as simple as possible. And all you're going to do is pretty much, all I'm doing here is thinning it down and adding a little bit more flavor with that orange juice. Next step, we're just going to brush it onto the fish. I just love adding a little bit of flavor from the inside out of the fish. So what I have here is some fresh thyme. Just going to pinch a piece off here, as well as some scallions or green onions that I sort of shredded. And I'm just going to go into the cavity of the fish with that, just to give it a little bit of flavor from the inside out. So again, just double over some of the thyme, a little bit of this green onion or spring onion or scallion, whatever you call it. We're just going to tuck that back in there, and then we're going to brush on this jerk marinade. And I'm just going to go on with that lovely jerk marinade. Try and get some down into those slits that we cut there. And you want to brush it on fairly thick. Obviously I'm going to flip it over on the other side and do the same thing on the other side. The key again, get some down into those little cuts that we made. And all you want to do now, put some cling wrap over it or some plastic wrap. Stick it in the fridge for about, I'd say about 1 hour, anywhere from half an hour to an hour. Anything more, and I find that the vinegar and stuff that's in the jerk marinade is going to start cooking the fish, and you really won't get that lovely finish that we're looking for. I've got a heavy baking tray here. I'm just going to line it with a little bit of parchment paper. If you have tin foil and you want to use tin foil, you can certainly use that. I'm just going to drizzle on a little bit of oil on here. My oven is preheating at 400 degrees Fahrenheit, so that's 400 degrees Fahrenheit. And I'm just going to lay these bad boys directly on here. And that click that you just heard there means my oven is up to temperature. I have a little bit left marinade, so I'm just going to touch them up a little bit here. So I really want all that flavor from the marinade. You'll notice that I didn't use my favorite Caribbean Sunshine Scotch bonnet pepper, because I know the jerk sauce that I'm using here, the jerk marinade, has a lot of pepper in there. So in the oven, middle rack, 400 degrees Fahrenheit. It's been about 15 minutes. So what I'm going to do now is flip them over, stick them back in the oven for another 10 minutes. And again, it depends on how well done you like your fish. I'm trying to get a little bit of a crust going, so this is why I'm going to go back in for another 10 minutes. So there you go, guys, an oven jerk. I mean to say, yeah, we're stretching the term jerk because I know traditionalists will say this needs to be done on pimento wood outside on a grill. But I mean to say, we use a jerk marinade, we did it in the oven. 25 minutes in total. I mean to say, it may be overcooked for some of you, so you can cut back on that as well. But it is smelling so good in this kitchen, boy, I can't wait to dig in. Earlier, I mentioned that we were in Trinidad and Tobago for Carnival. If you click over here, I'm going to have a playlist of all the videos that I did. If you haven't seen them yet, click on there. You're going to see all those wonderful videos. Remember to click on subscribe. You're going to get all the latest videos as they go live. So I mean to say, you'll never be out of good things to prepare in the kitchen. And every Tuesday, every Friday, come back here. You're going to have new videos. I mean to say, check out youtube.com/CaribbeanPot. Chris here. Have a great day, guys.